Hello, everyone. Welcome. Over the past weeks, there's been discussion on social media and via direct contact about the schedule of the Golden Crown Literary Society's virtual conference and the culture of the organization not being the level of expectation for inclusion. The GCLS has heard this message loud and clear. I have heard the message loud and clear. We acknowledge our failure to provide ongoing programming representing the diverse community we serve and to demonstrate our welcome of all writers of our community and especially our BIPOC writers. We agree we have much more work to do. We recognize that we must work diligently together with our BIPOC community, our members, our publishers, and our supporters. Excuse me. We need to eliminate the racial inequalities in our organization. The work starts now. We expect to have our diversity plan and its associated strategic action plan available by the end of the summer. Soon, a survey will be available for your input. Conference attendees, GCLS members, and the general less fit community are highly encouraged to participate. It will include questions about the virtual conference, of course, as well as specific questions about how we can improve diversity and inclusion within the GCLS. So please take the survey. Thank you.
Welcome everyone to the Goldie Awards. I would like to introduce you to your hosts for the afternoon. Casey Luck, Director of Membership. Maria Pena, Director of Membership. And Chris Perez Soria, Director of Community Engagement.
Welcome to the 16th Annual Goldie Awards. We are coming to you live virtually everywhere. Don't be afraid of that noise coming from the kitchen. It's just us raiding your fridge. I hope you've got some good stuff, because if you don't, we're gonna call you out. We have an exciting night planned for you. Raise your hand if you're ready to get the show on the road. How many of you just raised your hand and then remembered that we can't see you? To kick us off, Casey is going to start by giving us some housekeeping rules. Take it away, Casey.
Thanks, Chris. And if you find something good in the fridge, be sure to share. I really like fried chicken, so set that aside. Again, welcome to the 16th Annual Goldie Awards.
We're ready.
So am I. Can you hear me? The 16th Annual Virtual Goldie Awards. We're excited to let you know that we're broadcasting also on YouTube. So if you'd like to watch it there, that's an opportunity. Also, if you get kicked off of Zoom and you can't get back on, you can always go over to YouTube, look up our channel by putting in the Golden Crown Literary Society, and they'll take you to our channel, and you can find us as a live stream. Now, the GCLS has come a long way when it comes to technology. And this has been a real challenge over the last month, but we learned how to webinars, we know how to use Zoom, we know how to use all that stuff, and put on this awesome award ceremony. But like all things with technology, things can sometimes go awry. And if that happens, we have the best people in the world working behind the scenes to put this back together and get us back on track. All we ask is that you're patient. What's going to happen next? Okay. Once this gets started and we start reading through the categories, when we have a winner announced, that person is going to go from attendee, they'll still be the winner, but they'll go from attendee to a presenter. And that takes a few seconds. So while that's happening, what I'd like you to do is I would like you to imagine that person is standing up from their table and they're high-fiving all their friends and they're doing a couple hugs and they're giving somebody a kiss, and then they finally make it to the podium. And when that happens, that's when they'll probably be presenting, and their camera will be on and they'll do their acceptance speech. with that, I am now going to hand this over to Maria for a few more housekeeping items. Take it away, Maria.
Thank you, Casey. To the finalists, this is your night. What an amazing accomplishment. As a reminder to the finalists, if your name is called, be sure to be ready to turn on your webcam and say a few words of acceptance. We ask that you try to keep it to less than a minute, though we know you'll be excited. We'll definitely be excited for you. Just so everyone is aware, we are recording this ceremony. And now, on to the moment we've been all waiting for. We wish all the finalists the best of luck. To our GCLS members, newcomers, authors, readers, publishers, and editors, we're so happy that you're able to celebrate with us from around the world. And now, I'll hand things off to Chris, who will be announcing the first awards.
Thank you, Maria. The finalists in the general nonfiction category are An Army of Lovers, Women's Music of the 70s and 80s, written by Jamie Anderson, published by Bella Books. In the Dream House, written by Carmen Maria Machado, published by Grey Wolf Press. And the Goldie Award goes to In the Dream House, written by Carmen Maria Machado, published by Grey Wolf Press. I do apologize. Carmen is not here with us this afternoon. We gladly accept the award on her behalf. And now, KC, for the next category.
Okay, let's have the finalists for Romantic Blend. Alone, written by E.J. Noyes, published by Bella Books. Breathe, written by Carrie Hunter, published by Bold Strokes Books. Burn It Down, written by Kay Ayton, published by Regal Press Enterprises. Gallows Humor, written by Carolyn Elizabeth, published by Bella Books. Leading the Witness, written by Carson Tate, published by Bold Strokes Books. Secrets in a Small Town, written by Nicole Styling, published by Bold Strokes Books. Stormy Seas, written by Ali Valley, published by Bold Strokes Books. The Ashford Place, written by Jean Copeland, published by Bold Strokes Books. And the first Goldie winner is Breathe by Carrie Hunter, published by Bold Strokes Books. And that person is not in the audience today. We will accept this award on her behalf. The second Goldie winner is Alone, written by E.J. Noyes, published by Bella Books. E.J. Noyes is not in attendance, and we accept this Goldie on her behalf. The third Goldie winner is Stormy Seas, written by Ali Valley, published by Bold Strokes Books. Ali Valley is not in attendance. We accept this Goldie on her behalf.
The finalists in the contemporary romance short novels are Because I Said So, written by Kieran Colmaker, published by Bella Books. Listen, written by Chris Bryant, published by Bold Strokes Books. Practice Makes Perfect, written by Carson Tate, published by Bold Strokes. Second Chances, written by A.E. Radley, published by Heartsome Publishing. The Road to Madison, written by L. Spencer, published by Bold Strokes Books. Wavering Convictions, written by Aaron Dutton, published by Bold Strokes Books. The first Goldie Award goes to Listen, written by Chris Bryant, published by Bold Strokes Books.
Can you hear me, Chris?
I can hear you. Why don't you go ahead and
I
say
can't get my video to work.
Well, we just
So-
probably end up seeing all your tears. Just go ahead and say your
I
speech.
know. So I guess, first of all, thank you to GCLS. This is a big book for me. I appreciate the fact that we have a platform to share our books and have a readership that we have. I'd like to thank Bold Strokes Books for always supporting me and for publishing my books. Shout out to Rad and Sandy and Cindy and Tony and Stasha and oh my gosh, everybody there who helps make our books sound so much better. Especially my editor, Ashley, who makes my books sound 1,000 times better than they are. I'd like to thank all the other writers. We have such a good support system here. Without a doubt, I mean, all of the, you can always reach out to anybody if you need help. I would, oh look, somebody said start my video. The host has asked me to start my video. Oh well, it didn't work, but I know I'm running out of time. I just want to thank my family and all my friends. And thank you to Debbie and Molly for always supporting me and allowing me to sit on the couch and write for hours. Listen is a very important story for me. So many of us suffer from anxiety, and I want readers to know that even when you think you don't deserve or don't feel like you can handle love, you deserve it. You know, mental disorders and illnesses are very real, and I want to bring them to everybody's attention, and I did that with this book. I see you, I am you, and we deserve our own happily ever after. This award is very special to me, so thank you very much.
Congratulations again, Chris. The second Goldie Award goes to Because I Said So, written by Karen Callmaker, published by Bella Books. Hey, there she is.
Unmute. Oh my gosh, I went to the trouble of wearing an underwear bra and you can't even see it. First time in months. I did not expect this at all. And I think uppermost in my mind is I want to thank Linda Hill, who is incredibly patient with me at Bella Books, and Medora McDougall, who gave me the editing I really deserved on the first draft of this story. And I want to thank my my patient wife, who also puts up with me, and living in California for the stories and the diversity that's there that I hope I represented in my book. I'm absolutely thrilled. Thank you, judges, and thank you, GCLS, and thank you for doing all of this.
Congratulations, winners. The finalists in the Poetry, Poems, and Collections category are Pressure Cooker Love Bomb, written by Sharon Paul Rupri, published by Frontenac's House Limited. Sautu Voce, written by Maureen Hines, published by Brick Books. Take Me With You Wherever You're Going, written by Jessica Jacobs, published by Four Way Books. The Goldie Award goes to Take Me With You Wherever You're Going, written by Jessica Jacobs, published by Four Way Books.
Hi. Thank you so much. I can't see anything anymore, but yeah, this is such an honor. And I just wanted to say that having grown up thinking that I would never be able to marry the person I loved, to win this award for a collection of poems about my marriage to not just another woman, who I'm lucky enough to have sitting next to me, but to the love of my life. It just means an incredible amount to me. So I just want to thank you, the GCLS, for this honor and for this incredible platform. To my publisher, Four Way Books, Martha, Ryan, and Clarissa, thank you for believing in this book. Thank you to Laurent Beausolar, who was the witness to our wedding and one of our dear friends and mentors in this world. And first and foremost, I have to thank Nicole Brown, my wife. Without her, there would be no poems. So thank you all. Have a great day.
Well, we're here to talk about membership. Maria and I and Susie Carr are actually DOMs, which stands for Directors of Membership. Thank you very much. And we, I'm thrown off because Maria's not on here. Okay, so we have some fun facts to share with you before we get into talking about membership. So you know, the conference has had a record number of attendees. We'll just go with attendees. 659. Of those, 385 have never been to a GCLS conference before. So that shows how much outreach we've had. We've had people that would never have had an opportunity to see their authors on a panel or master classes, etc. Also, of those people, we represent 33 different countries. So that's amazing. And of those, well, not of those, but in the United States, there are 43 states represented. We realize that some of those people that are registered or out there right now in the audience are not members of GCLS, and we would like you to join us. So at this point, I would hand this off to Maria, and she would tell you about her journey to becoming a GCLS member and some of the benefits.
Great, thank you, Casey. When I first discovered literature that told stories about women loving women, I was first floored that these stories even existed. And secondly, even more surprised that there was an entire organization devoted to uplifting the integrity and visibility of our stories and bringing the authors, readers, publishers, editors, and supporters together to continue to make this happen. The Golden Crown Literary Society is a nonprofit organization that aims to uphold our 4 pillars of educating, promoting, recognizing, and diversifying through the inclusion of all who enjoy, support, and create literature about women loving women. When I first heard that GCLS was going to hold their annual conference near my town, I jumped at the chance to meet some of my favorite authors. However, I was intimidated because I didn't know anyone. I wasn't an author and I didn't know what to expect. So I figured the best way to feel included was to become a member, to volunteer and really find out what this organization was about. And let me tell you, I was so welcomed and I saw so many opportunities. The GCLS has a renowned writing academy, provides mentoring services, and as you may have seen, master classes during our annual conference. You can get exclusive access to our monthly online book club where you get to see and ask questions of the featured authors. You receive access to GCLS videos such as recordings of master classes, panels, and other events. There's also member pricing for the annual conference, including early bird and early bird pricing where you can get even more discounts to attend. Members also receive voting privileges for the GCLS Popular Choice Awards. I went from being curious to being involved and now serving as a director of membership because I felt so passionate about the great things this organization of volunteers is able to accomplish and how warm and welcoming its members are. As a member, you can have that same opportunity to apply to serve on the board of directors. Membership dues, which are $35 annually for individuals and $75 for businesses, help to provide funds for our conferences, upgrade our technology, and provide new membership gifts and scholarships. So if you'd like to find out more and become a member, please go to our website at www.goldencrown.org. And now back over to Casey, who will be presenting the next awards.
Thanks, Maria. And the finalists for the Mystery Thriller Crime category are Deadeye, a loose Hansen thriller, Meredith Dench, published by Bold Strokes Books. Galileo, written by Anne McMahon, published by Bywater Books. Hard Fall, a McStone and Martinelli thriller, written by Pascal Scott, published by Sapphire Books Publishing. Judge Me When I'm Wrong, written by Cheryl A. Head, published by Bywater Books. Not Dead Enough, written by J.M. Redmond, published by Bold Strokes Books. The Blood Runs Cold, written by Catherine Marisi, published by Bella Books. And the first Goldie winner is Hard Fall, a McStone and Martinelli thriller, written by Pascal Scott, published by Sapphire Books Publishing.
Pascal Scott is unable to be here. We accept this award on her behalf.
Thank you, Susie. And the second Goldie winner is Galileo, written by Anne McMahon, published by Bywater Books.
I'm unmuted. Actually, the world has been waiting for me to be muted. This is a huge honor for me. Galileo was a very difficult book to write, and it's extremely important to me. And I'd like to congratulate the other really fine authors who wrote extraordinary books in this category. Thank the judges, and thank you to the organization. And special thanks to the person who keeps me sane mostly, Salem West, and to my entire Bywater Books family, to my editors, Faye Jacobs and Elizabeth Sims especially. And now I'm going to finish this absolutely enormous Tallboy Cosmo. Thank you all so much.
Congratulations, Anne. The finalists in the young adult category are Everything Grows, written by Amy Herman, published by Three Rooms Press. Girl Squad, written by Kim Hoover, published by Bella Books. In the Silences, written by Rachel Gold, published by Bella Books. In the Way of All Flesh, written by Caitlin Elise Donovan, published by Regal Crest Enterprises. And the first Goldie Award goes to In the Silences, written by Rachel Gold, published by Bella Books.
We can see you.
Oh, fabulous. Okay, good. Good thing I was smiling. So the first thing I just want to say is I miss all of you. I'm really spoiled by getting to do a conference virtually, and yet I wish I could see you all and hang out with you all. And so that really makes me present to what a great job the GCLS does, putting this conference on every year and dealing with this really crazy year. Thank you, GCLS. Also in this book about implicit racism, it was so important to have perspectives other than mine. So I just want to extend so much gratitude to my beta readers and consultants, Patrice James, Cheryl Head, Halandra Dismond, and Kamar Sadiq Saud, who really helped me to, as a white writer, give my Black characters vibrant lives. Thank you so much. And then lastly, so much thanks to Bella Books and Linda Hill and Catherine Forrest, who gave me the biggest bear of a rewrite, which the draft really needed. Thank you all for supporting me and continuing to support me in my career. And to Erica Abbott, who I know is watching this from on high, I just want to say, I miss you. I'll always miss you. And my posse won't be the same without you. Thank you.
Congratulations. The second Goldie Award goes to Everything Grows, written by Amy Herman, published by 3 Rooms Press.
Hello, can you hear me? Thank you so much. This is very unexpected and exciting for all of you readers and writers out there. Writing is such a long, solitary process, and this took me a long time to write. Thank you to the Golden Crown Literary Society for acknowledging this book, Everything Grows. Thank you to 3 Rooms Press for believing in this story. We need more writing by LGBTQ folks about LGBTQ folks. This is for everyone out there who is figuring out the language and shape of their queerness, of just figuring out the mystery of their bodies. And I also want to thank Trey, my spouse. Just to be able to be a queer person and be married is awesome. And thank you for everybody who continues to fight for LGBTQ rights. Thank you.
Congratulations, winners. The finalists for the Contemporary Romance Mid-Length Novels category are After the Summer Rain, written by Jerry Hill, published by Bella Books. Chasing Sunset, written by Missouri Vaughn, published by Bold Strokes Books. Coming Home, written by KJ, self-published. Fear of Falling, written by Georgia Beers, published by Bold Strokes Books. Game Changers, written by Jane Cuthbertson, published by Launch Point Press. Ordinary is Perfect, written by D. Jackson Lee, published by Bold Strokes Books. Other Girls, a love story about second chances, written by Avery Brooks, published by Bywater Books. Reinventing Lindsay, written by Maggie Brown, published by Bella Books. The Song of the Sea, written by Jen Alexander, published by Bywater Books. Wooing the Farmer, written by Jenny Frame, published by Bold Strokes Books. The first Goldie Award goes to Ordinary is Perfect, D. Jackson Lee, Bold Strokes Books.
Hi. Forgive the sunglasses. I had eye surgery and you don't want to see what's underneath them. First of all, I want to thank my editor, Shelley, because she makes every book I write even better. And I have to thank Bold Strokes Books because they do a great job publishing our novels and encouraging and grooming their writers and always making us better. Especially want to thank Elvis and Catherine. Elvis the dog was the inspiration, and this book was written for everybody. Sorry. This book was written for everybody who feels ordinary, but they really aren't to the rest of us. And because we are all special. Thank you.
Congratulations. The second Goldie Award goes to After the Summer Rain by Jerry Hill, published by Bella Books. Jerry Hill could not be here this evening. We gladly accept the award on her behalf. The third Goldie Award goes to Game Changers by Jane Cuthbertson, published by Launch Point Press.
Jane Cuthbertson, is not able to be with us here today. We accept this award on her behalf.
The fourth Goldie Award goes to The Song of the Sea by Jen Alexander, published by Bywater Books.
This is such an honor to win this award. This book was such a labor of love, and I worked on it for such a long time with so much doubt. So I'd like to thank Beth Burnett from the Writing Academy and everybody involved in the Writing Academy for believing in this book. Cheryl Pletcher and the entire committee with the Sandra Moran Scholarship for giving me the scholarship for the Writing Academy. Susan Maher, who was my mentor for the book. Salem West and the entire team at Bywater Books for believing in this book and publishing it, as well as Rachel Spangler, who was just such an amazing editor for this book. This book was a labor of love, and I'm so glad that people have been able to enjoy it.
Some of you may have arrived late to the conference party because you overslept, watched Hamilton, and you know who you are. Instead, or just didn't know we were here, which is a crazy thought. No worries. You can watch almost every masterclass and panel we held this conference. In addition, you will find author readings available for your enjoyment. To locate them, please visit goldencrown.org. And if you look at the main scroll at the top, click on the picture with the words Video Library to catch up on all you missed.
And the finalists for Paranormal, Occult, Horror are A Bittersweet Garden, written by Karen J. Werlinger, published by Corgan Publishing, LLC. Borage, written by Jill McKnight, published by Dirt Road Books. Chasing Shadows, written by Lila Bruce, published by Lila Bruce Books. Endangered, written by Michelle Larkin, published by Bold Strokes Books. Legacy, written by Charlotte Green, published by Bold Strokes Books. And the first Goldie winner is Legacy, written by Charlotte Green, published by Bold Strokes Books.
Wow, hi, this is a real honor. Thank you so much to Golden Crown Literary Society and for the platform you provide for us as authors and for the readers to find books like ours. Thank you so much to Bold Strokes Books and my fantastic publisher and the fabulous people over there, including Rad and Sandy and Cindy and Ruth and Carson and gosh, there's so many more, but other supportive authors have really made my life better. My editor, Shelley Thrasher, who makes all of my books fantastic. She's amazing. I love her. And to my supportive family who have supported me basically my whole life with writing and reading. And finally to my wonderful, amazing wife, Ula, I love you. She recently brought our son, Sebastian, into the world. He's now 3 weeks old, and we couldn't be more pleased. So thank you for making this the best month of my life. Thanks again, Golden Crown. I appreciate it.
And the second Goldie winner is A Bittersweet Garden, written by Karen J. Werlinger, published by Corgan Publishing, LLC.
I want to thank everybody involved with trying to put on this virtual conference this year. The challenges must have been enormous. I want to thank the judges for volunteering their time to read and try to judge all of the books. I cannot imagine what a labor of love that is for everybody. This award means a lot to me. This book was a special one to write, and I just want to thank everybody involved. I also have to thank my wife, Beth, without whom I would not be able to write at all. So everybody stay safe, wear your masks, social distance, and hopefully we'll all be able to see each other in person next year.
The finalists in the erotic novels category are Double Six, Brenda Murphy, published by 9 Star Press. The Lesbian Billionaires Club, written by KC Luck, published by KC Luck Media. The Goldie Award goes to Double Six, written by Brenda Murphy, published by 9 Star Press.
Wow, hey, pretty exciting. You guys see me?
Yes, we can see you.
Okay, good. I just want to say thank you and reiterate to everyone who has made the conference possible. You guys have just done a fabulous job, and I'm appreciative of all your effort. I want to say thank you to my publisher, Raven McCann and 9 Star Press, and my amazing editor, Elizabeth Caldwell, to my support group, the Lesfic Sprinters group, the Misfits, my Table 30 crew from SIWC, you guys know who you are. Thank you for your consistent cheerleading, love, and support. I couldn't do it without you. To Dr. Donnaine Davis, Fiona Zed, and Megan Hart, thank you for showing me the way with your fabulous support and words and editing skills. And readers and reviewers, you guys make my day. Reading, when you reach out to me or you post a review, it means a lot. Thank you for your enthusiastic support and encouragement. Big thank you to my mom for all the trips to the library and blank notebooks, and to my sister for always being willing to talk plot points. And most of all, to my incredible wife, Krista Craven, who is everything to me. So this one's for you, babe. Thank you, guys.
Congratulations to the winners. The finalists in the general fiction category are Find Someone to Love, written by Divya Sood, published by Riverdale Avenue Books. London Undone, written by Nan Higgins, published by Bold Strokes Books. The Goldie Award goes to London Undone by Nan Higgins, published by Bold Strokes Books.
Okay, great. Thank you all so much. Thank you, GCLS, for making this a memorable event, and to all the judges. To Divya Sood, who wrote Find Someone to Love, the other finalist in this category. Your book was one of the most beautiful stories I've ever read, and it's such an honor to just be a finalist with you. Thank you to everybody at Bold Strokes Books, especially to my editor, Barbara Ann Wright. Thank you to my beta readers. I wouldn't have done this without you. Thank you to my sister Octavia, who made me send out the query letter and made me do this when I didn't think anybody would ever read it. Thank you to my fiance, Misty, who believes in my writing for me when times are bad and with me when times are good. And thank you to my sons, Ben and Edison, who make me want to be and do the best that I can always. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Congratulations. The finalists in the historical fiction category are Acts of Elena Graff, published by Purple Hand Press. Invisible as Music, written by Karen J. Werlinger, published by Corgan Publishing, LLC. Two Wings to Fly Away, written by Penny Mickleberry, published by Bywater Books. The Goldie Award goes to Acts of Contrition, written by Elena Graff, published by Purple Hand Press.
I want to thank GCLS for sponsoring these awards and doing such a great job with this virtual conference. And a special thanks to the judges who read Acts of Contrition. They deserve it because it's not a short book. Not as long as Karen's, however. It's an honor to be a finalist in this category with Karen and Penny. Both are fine writers and equally deserving of this award. I want to thank my wife, Sheila, who puts up with being a writer's widow, not always cheerfully, but she does put up with it. And thanks to my beta readers and friends who gave critiques, and especially to my proofreaders who are very aware that I failed typing in high school. It takes years to research historical fiction, and I've been working on the Passing Right series literally for decades. When I first started researching the Nazi era, I never expected to see the political situation we have now. I always believed we were beyond that. Well, it may be coming to America, wrapped in a flag and holding a Bible unless we stop it. Vote like the future of America depends on it, because it does. Thank you.
And the final, congratulations, winners. And the finalists for Contemporary Romance Long are A Heart This Big, written by Cheyenne Blue, published by Yelva Publishing. Beautiful Dreamer, written by Melissa Braden, published by Bold Strokes Books. Full English, written by Rachel Spangler, published by Bywater Books. If the Shoe Fits, written by E.J. Noyes, published by Bella Books. Recipe for Love, a farm-to-table romance, written by Aurora Ray, published by Bold Strokes Books. Royal Court, written by Jenny Frame, published by Bold Strokes Books. The Long Shot, written by A.L. Brooks, published by Yelva Publishing. The Roommate Arrangement, written by Jay, published by Yelva Publishing. And the first Goldie goes to If the Shoe Fits, written by E.J. Noyes, published by Bella Books. E.J. Noyes is not in attendance today, and we accept this Goldie on her behalf. The second Goldie goes to The Roommate Arrangement, written by Jay, published by Yelva Publishing.
Hi, can you all hear and see me?
Yes, we can see you.
Wonderful, that's great. Well, it's such a great honor and really special to win an award this year. Not just because so far it's been a really weird year for all of us, and also not just because for the first time I get to accept an award wearing comfortable shoes, even though that is nice. Mostly it's special because for the first time my twin sister Susanne is getting to be here in the audience today. And so I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you for your lifelong support and for proofreading all of my German novels. And I also like to thank all of my other beta readers, my wonderful readers, for your continued support, my publishing house, and last but not least, the judges and the GCLS for putting together this wonderful virtual conference on such a short notice. Thank you to everyone, and stay safe.
And the third Goldie goes to Beautiful Dreamer, written by Melissa Braden, published by Bold Strokes Books.
Hi, everyone. Wow, this is really exciting. I guess I'll start off by saying that I have my rosé so I can feel like I'm in a fancy ballroom with all of you. And Beautiful Dreamer was the first book I wrote after having my little guy. And so I was dealing with all sorts of fun postpartum emotions. So I was worried that that book might be not my best one. And I have to thank Linda Sandoval for being my right-hand editor on it and reassuring me that I was on the right track. I love a good small town romance, and so this book is near and dear to my heart. I have to thank Bold Strokes Books for being such a great publishing partner to me, and I'm forever grateful for my writer friends and especially to the readers out there. Thank you so much for this honor, and I wish I was with you tonight, but I hope to see all of you very soon. Thank you.
As many of you have heard and said throughout this award ceremony so far, Due to the pandemic, we were not able to have our conference in person in Albuquerque this year. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I would like to thank those of you who either rolled over or donated this year's registration fees. Your donations keep us up and running and able to bring quality programming, not only to our members, but our community as well. Please consider donating at goldencrown.org.
Thank you, Chris. For our next category, there was a tie. When we would normally have 3 awards, tonight we have 4. The finalists in the science fiction fantasy category are A Quantum Singularity, written by C.A. Farlow, published by Desert Palm Press. Changing Course, written by Bray Willows, published by Bold Strokes Books. Miranda and Milan, written by Catherine Duckett, published by Tom Doherty and Associates. Not Your Average Love Spell, written by Barbara Ann Wright, published by Bold Strokes Books. Sisters of the Vast Black, written by Lena Rather, published by Tor.com Publishing. The Future of Another Timeline, written by Annalee Newitz, published by Tom Doherty Associates. Thorn, written by Anna Burke, published by Bywater Books. The first Goldie Award goes to Sisters of the Vast Black by Lena Rather, published by Tor.com Publishing. Lena could not be here with us this evening, and we gladly accept the award on her behalf. The second Goldie Award goes to Changing Course by Bray Willows, published by Bold Strokes Books.
Hi. Wow, I'm absolutely flummoxed. Thank you so much to GCLS and to Bold Strokes for publishing my kind of wacky stuff, and to my wife, who certainly changed the course of my life, and to my editor, Cindy, who always helps me get the story out. So thank you very much.
Congratulations. The third Goldie Award goes to Miranda and Milan, written by Catherine Duckett, published by Tom Doherty Associates.
Hello, hopefully everyone can see me. Thank you so much for this award. It's such an honor to receive this from GCLS. I've long admired the organization for its celebration of and devotion to lesbian literature. It's also a particular honor to win it for this book, which was intended in many ways to imagine and illuminate our histories, and also to assert our presence in the literary canon and our right to reinterpret those works, including Shakespeare, which is pretty gay already, but I think I made it even gayer. Thank you so much to my wife, Laura, who's my partner in everything, to the terrific team at Tor.com Publishing, and the judges and all the readers and all the other gay Shakespeare lovers out there. Thank you.
Congratulations. The fourth Goldie Award goes to Thorn by Anna Burke, published by Bywater Books.
Anna Burke is unable to be here tonight. We accept this award on her behalf.
Hi. So the time must be going around here. For debut novel, we have a tie as well. We have 4 winners instead of our normal 3. So let's get started. The debut novel finalists are Everything Grows, written by Amy Herman, published by Three Rooms Press. Game Changers, written by Jane Cuthbertson, published by Launch Point Press. In the Way of All Flesh, written by Caitlin Elise Donovan, published by Regal Crest Enterprises. Miranda and Milan, written by Catherine Duckett, published by Tom Doherty Associates. Orpheus Girl, written by Bryn Rebel Henry, published by Soho Press. Temper, California, written by Paul Skenazy, published by Miami University Press. The Song of the Sea, written by Jen Alexander, published by Bywater Books. The first Goldie Award goes to Game Changers, written by Jane Cuthbertson, published by Launch Point Press. Jane could not be with us this evening, and we accept this award on her behalf.
Yes, she's here.
Oh, she's here now? Oh, hey, Jane. Snuck up on me.
Hi, Chris. Sorry about that. Depression is a beast, and it had a hold of me right up until about half an hour ago. I'll be really quick. I just want to say thank you to the Academy, to the Golden Crown for this tremendous honor. And I wanted to say to everyone out there who ever thought, someday I'll write a book, keep trying, because someday comes. Thank you all. Take care. Bye.
Congratulations. The second Goldie Award goes to The Song of the Sea, written by Jen Alexander, published by Bywater Books.
Oh, thank you so much. This is such an honor. I'm so excited to have won. Thank you so much for all of the readers, for everybody. My little buddy is here to accept it with me, but thank you so much for all of the readers who picked up the book and believed in the book. I'm so grateful, and yeah, thank you.
Congratulations. The third Goldie Award goes to Everything Grows, written by Amy Herman, published by Three Rooms Press.
Thank you so much, GCLS, again. And thank you for creating this space to honor writers. Thank you again to Three Rooms Press for really sticking with me through this long, arduous process of creating this book. I actually want to dedicate this to my students. I'm a teacher, which is something I'm most proud of. And I tell them all the time that they have stories inside them, and they do. And so do all of you listening. And even the ones that aren't listening, they have stories as well. So get it out there, because all of our voices need to be heard. Thank you.
The fourth Goldie Award goes to Temper, California, written by Paul Skenazy, published by Miami University Press.
Hello, I'm really in shock. Thank you so much to the GCLS and to all the readers. I've been on panels before, and I know how hard it is to keep your attention and to keep your confidence that you're going to find the right books. And I really do appreciate all the reading you've done and everything you've done to put this together. It's been a remarkable conference so far on screen, and you've just done an amazing job putting it together. I want to just thank Miami University Press. Miami University Press has one of the few novella awards that they give out, novella prizes. And for those of us who write short, who write small, they really are a gem. I also want to thank my editors there, Amy Tolan, Tara Shea Nesbitt, and Keith Tuma, for doing everything they could to put this book together and make it a better book. Finally, this is a book about a small town in California, a small gold rush town in California, and someone growing up and trying to come to terms with the past, a story that we all have in our own different ways. And I really appreciate the fact that some people in GCLS were able to recognize themselves in it. Thanks again.
When Great Trees Fall by Maya Angelou. When great trees fall, rocks on distant hills shudder. Lions hunker down in tall grasses, and even elephants lumber after safety. When great trees fall in forests, small things recoil into the silence, their senses eroded beyond fear. When great souls die, the air around us becomes light, rare, sterile. We breathe briefly. Our eyes briefly see with a hurtful clarity. Our memory suddenly sharpened, examines, gnaws on kind words unsaid, promised walks never taken. Great souls die and our reality, bound to them, takes leave of us. Our souls, dependent upon their nurture, now shrink, wizened. Our minds, formed and informed by their radiance, fall away. We are not so much maddened as reduced to the unutterable ignorance of cold, dark caves. And when great souls die, after a period, peace blooms. Slowly and always irregularly. Spaces fill with a kind of electric vibration. Our senses restored, never to be the same, whisper to us. They existed. They existed. We can be and be better, for they existed.
Those amazing women will be greatly missed. On behalf of the Board of Directors, we would like to thank those individuals for your commitment to the judging process. To those who do not know, to commit to this process means you commit to volunteering 6 months of your time filled with training classes, reading, and evaluating books. What you get in return is free books. After 3 years of consecutive judging, you receive a free year's membership to GCLS. And most importantly, you know that without you, there would be no awards. If you would like to volunteer to be a judge for the next award season, stay tuned to our website, goldencrown.org, for the request for judges.
Okay, we are now on to the Popular Choice Awards. The difference is the previous awards were decided by the judges that Chris was just talking about. The next couple of awards are actually voted on by all the GCLS members. These are the Popular Choice Awards. The Anne Bannon Popular Choice finalists are Beautiful Dreamer, written by Melissa Braden, published by Bold Strokes Books. Galileo, written by Anne McMahon, published by Bywater Books. Judge Me When I'm Wrong, written by Cheryl A. Head, published by Bywater Books. Listen, written by Chris Bryant, published by Bold Strokes Books. Not the Marrying Kind, written by Jay, published by Yelva Publishing. The Keeper's Daughter, written by Susan Maher, published by Brisk Press. The Roommate Arrangement, written by Jay, published by Yelva Publishing. Thorn, written by Anna Burke, published by Bywater Books. And the Anne Bannon Popular Choice Award goes to Judge Me When I'm Wrong, written by Cheryl A. Head, published by Bywater Books.
Yay! I am humbled and grateful and flummoxed by the win. I've never been popular at all in my whole life. So it's really nice to receive this award. And I want to thank my Bywater family, Mary Ann K. Martin and Salem West and Ann McMahon, and my editors, Faye Jacobs and Elizabeth Anderson and Kelly Smith and Nancy Squires and the whole family for helping me to be a better writer. I want each and every book to be better and better. And I'm grateful, and I think the reason I won this award is because I had a dog in the story, and therefore there will be dogs in every story going forward. Thanks so much. Love you guys.
Congratulations. The Independent Awards Committee does more than judge books by their content. They understand a lot of planning, work, and creativity goes into the cover art of books, which includes the front and back covers, as well as the book's spine. So they are not ashamed to say they also judge books by their covers. The T. Corinne Outstanding Cover Design finalists are Alone, cover by Judith Fellows, published by Bella Books. Catch Me When I'm Falling, cover by Anne McMahon, published by Bywater Books. Chain Reactions, cover by Anne McMahon, published by Phoenix Rising Press. Create a Light to Love, cover by Melody Pond, published by Bold Strokes Books. Fire and Ice, cover by Anne McMahon, published by Bywater Books. Galileo, cover by Anne McMahon, published by Bywater Books. Secrets Well Kept, cover by Anne McMahon, published by Phoenix Rising Press. Thorn, cover by Anne McMahon, published by Bywater Books. Two Wings to Fly Away, covered by Anne McMahon, published by Bywater Books. The Goldie Award goes to Alone, art by Judith Fellows, published by Bella Books.
Judith is unable to be here tonight. We accept this award on her behalf.
Allow me to introduce our Executive Director, Mary Phillips, who is here to present the 2020 Directors Award.
This year it is my privilege and pleasure to present the 2020 Directors Award. This award is presented to a single GCLS member in recognition of contributions made to the Golden Crown Literary Society during the past year and or to the ongoing mission of the organization over a longer period of time. To be eligible for this award, the nominee must be a GCLS member in good standing. Nominations for the Directors Award are eagerly solicited from any active GCLS member and is chosen by the GCLS Board of Directors. Tonight's awardee joins an outstanding group of peers. Kathy Briarrose, Nan Dunn, Sherry Mills, Rosa Moran, Lois Glenn, Lori Lake, M.B. Panici, Mary Griggs, Waddy Boss, Mary Heddle, Anne McMahon, Judy Camella, and Jenny Fielder. One of the many things I appreciate about the volunteer members of the GCLS are the skills and talents they bring to the table. So many of you excel in specific areas that are desperately needed to help our organization grow and be sustainable. This year's Director's Award recipient is one of the most dedicated, dependable, reliable, tenacious, and detailed people I know. There's never been a time when she has been too busy, too tired, or simply unwilling to pitch in, find the answer, solve a problem, or talk a member through a confusing or confounding process. Her intelligence, wit, humor, and mischievousness are well known amongst the membership. There is no task too small or too large that she can't complete. She has spent countless hours working with the board on implementing our new website and has been instrumental in helping GCLS grow. Please join me in congratulating this year's Director's Award recipient, Carlene Spry.
Sorry about that. I thought I had a break and I could get a drink. Thank you so much to the GCLS. And there's a part of me, of course, that's going to think I deserve this, but really you all deserve this. Everybody who's watching this webinar, everybody who sees this video. In 2010, my mother came to the conference with me because she didn't want me to have to drive home from Florida to Chicago by myself. And we were invited to go out to dinner at downtown Disney. And during that time, she got to talk to a lot of people. And during the course of the conference, she talked to a lot of people. And she said to me, she goes, Carlene, I really like your friends. And I said, well, yeah, you taught me how to choose friends. And she says, they're so, and I said, normal? And she goes, yeah, they're normal. And I said, well, there you go, Mom, it's the proof. Lesbians are normal people. And when we got home, she came to me and she said, how do I become a member of that group? So everything that I do for GCLS is a labor of love because you helped make my mother get it. She finally understood that we're just people. So thank you, Board of Directors, for this choice. And now I'm going to get back to messing up slides. Okay, thank you.
Congratulations, Carlene. So well deserved. Somebody said on here, damn right. And that's what I say too. Here to present the 2020 Lee Lynch Classic Award to Sally Miller Gearhart is 2009 GCLS Trailblazer, the incomparable Lee Lynch.
And thank you to Carlene and your crew. You've just done a magnificent job here. There's a dreamer who wrote of safe spaces for lesbians, for all women who dared contemplate leaving behind the world men controlled. Many of the women who read her recognize their own dreams or find them a revelation. That dreamer's name is Sally Miller Gearhart. And the book is The Wanderground, Stories of the Hill Women, originally published in 1978 by Persephone Press, a lesbian feminist collective. Gearhart's exploration of the connections between women, the earth, lesbianism, and feminism make The Wanderground a genuine classic that will inform readers far into the future. GCLS Trailblazer Jewel Gomez shared these heartfelt comments. The Wanderground was an inspiration on several levels for my writing. Sally's ability to explore feminist ideals through her characters and plot showed me how social change could be an effective element of lesbian feminist art. The book also suggested the format for my novel, The Gilda Stories. Each of my chapters takes place in a different part of the country, a different decade. An idea drawn from Sally's novel and one that gave my book a sense of expansiveness. She opened the door to new worlds for me, which is the heart of good speculative fiction. Sally Miller Gearhart is a proud Southerner from small town Virginia. Now age 89, she's a professor emerita at San Francisco State University and founder of their early women's studies program. Gearhart captured and or inspired the lesbian, feminist, separatist ideals of the time. In the Wonderground, women of color are prominent, if not dominant. The characters are peace-loving, spiritual, and possess the natural empathy, intuitiveness, gentleness, and humility of women. To them, romantic love and monogamy are tools of the oppressor. The women communicate telepathically with the wild creatures and with one another. They reproduce without males. In the 70s and 80s, droves of lesbians like Gearhart's characters took to the woods to establish women's lands. Writer Lori Lake, one of the original founders of GCLS, wrote, "The Wonderground was published when I was in high school, but I didn't see it until college. The book gave me hope and a vision of a better future for women who had been savaged or neglected by the patriarchy. I love this book, and 40 plus years later, I still think Sally Miller Gearhart is a trailblazing genius." Lesbians continue to populate women's land, women's music festivals, and organizations like ours. Read and taught widely, the blueprint of the Wonderground, like the persistent and escalating hazards of contemporary society, lives on. I am proud to present the Golden Crown Literary Society 2020 Leland Classic Award to Sally Miller Gearhart for her enduring work, The Wonderground, Stories of the Hill Women. Sally cannot be here tonight to accept this award, but is very grateful for the honor. Two of her dear friends sent these words of thanks on Sally's behalf. As a writer of both academic and fictional work, Sally has been quite prolific. As an activist, Sally has been very influential. The confluence of Sally's upbringing, scholarship, activism, and imagination brought us the Wonderground. The book's themes of feminism and environmentalism are just as relevant today in the age of climate change and the Me Too movement as they were when the book was published in 1978. And Sally sees women as a key solution. In her words, quote, "We're a political force that's got to make it this time, because if we don't, nobody will. The earth won't, the human race won't." Sally was also an early advocate of intersectionality, realizing that oppressions are interrelated. And finally, Sally was a champion of the imagination and self-exploration. Although she helped spearhead political movements like the 1970s No on 6 campaign, in her mind, quote, "My real heart is in the fantasies. The real place revolutions are taking place is within." Thank you to the Golden Crown Literary Society for recognizing The Wonderground as a Lee Lynch classic. Sally is happy and very grateful for the recognition.
And here to present the 2020 Trailblazer Award to Barbara Wilson is 2011 GCLS Trailblazer Karen Callmaker.
When I went to my first women's bookstore in 1980, the staff recommended a lesbian amateur sleuth book to me called Murder in the Collective. It was about printing presses, progressive politics in 1984, and lesbians being super judgy about other people's choices. That never goes out of style. And at the end, there was justice for the dead and justice for the guilty and justice for the complicit. And I thought it was wonderful. It just sort of, it was just amazing, and I wanted more. I had no idea at the time it was the only one. The first ever lesbian amateur sleuth. The creation of an entire mystery subgenre is only one of the reasons we're honoring Barbara Wilson Schuholm as GCLS Trailblazer this year. Before she wrote 2 lesbian mystery series, several novels, and memoirs as Barbara Wilson, she was already a well-known nonfiction writer, combining travel, history, and memoir in works like The Pirate Queen. Her fascination with writing in other languages led to an entire women in translation movement and the founding of a nonprofit publisher to bring international women's voices to English readers. But in actuality, I'm totally getting ahead of myself with that. All of that happened after Barbara and Rachel De Silva founded Seal Press in 1975. They manually typeset and printed books in a garage. And they did that because the patriarchy wasn't going to print Getting Free, a self-help guide for women escaping domestic violence. Continuing to this very day as an imprint of Avalon, Seal Press has published a mighty and impressive list of books like Adios, Barbie, which is a 1988 anthology of young women writing on body image and identity. Evelyn White's Black Women's Health Book. Barbara Kingsolver's Another America. Bhargavi Mandava's Where the Oceans Meet. Ellen Hart's Early Jane Lawless Mysteries, and The Unforgettable Valencia by Michelle T. So I had to tell you about Seal Press because that's what Barbara was doing when she decided to begin writing fiction, apparently with oodles of her spare time. It all started with 1984's Murder in the Collective, and it includes the 1990 Lambda Literary and British Crime Association award-winning mystery, Gaudi Afternoon, which became a movie. And she wrote insightful, personal observations of lesbian life and times in short stories and novels like Cows and Horses in 1993, If You Had a Family in 1986, and the memoir of a Christian Scientist's childhood in Blue Windows. In all of her work, Barbara challenges presumptions about gender, class, and status, and questions the drumbeat for conformity in lesbian politics, in our fiction, and in our lives. Personally, aside from being enormously entertained, the most important thing I learned from reading Barbara Wilson, after immersing myself in lots of books from my local women's bookstore, I thought lesbian life was full of all sorts of issues we just didn't talk about in genre fiction like romance and mystery. Barbara Wilson corrected that assumption. Barbara and her long-term partner, Betsy Howell, made it legal in 2013. They live near the water in Washington State. In her other life, Barbara is a translator of Norwegian and writes about her beloved Scandinavia. And I've saved the best news for last. She's working on another mystery featuring translator sleuth Cassandra Riley. I am honored and proud to present Barbara Wilson with the Golden Crown Literary Society Trailblazer Award and to welcome her to our virtual conference.
Karen, thank you so much. That was a wonderful introduction. I'm so happy to be here, and I thank you to Golden Crown for making this possible. This has been a wonderful show, and it was so nice to see Lee Lynch from my era and to hear about Sally Gerhardt. As I thought about what to say in accepting this award, I thought that I would tell you a little bit, a memory I had about the past. This was 50 years ago. So 1970 in the summer, I was 19. I went to Sacramento to see a girl I knew. I was going to spend a week there and we were going to discuss our relationship. We thought it should be much more than a friendship, but we didn't know where that was going. During my visit, we heard that Betty Friedan was going to be talking. She was the president of NOW, now National Organization for Women, and the author of The Feminine Mystique, a book I had not read but had heard of. So we went. There was a big crowd, very enthusiastic, and my girlfriend and I were quite inspired by the vision of feminism that she laid out for us. It was kind of a new word for us. So we wanted to see changes in society. We liked the idea. But then in the Q&A, we grew very quiet, not to say sort of paralyzed, because a young woman stood up. She very politely and nervously identified herself as a lesbian. She wanted to know why NOW was discriminating against its lesbian members and how Betty saw the role of lesbians in the women's movement. Betty basically shut that young woman down and said that NOW was about women's rights, it was not about lesbian rights. So next question. In those days, NOW was frightened of being perceived as a bunch of man-haters. Nobody else in that auditorium stood up for that young woman, and the conversation moved on somewhat awkwardly. My friend and I were pretty much paralyzed. I don't think we had ever heard the word lesbian said aloud, especially really loudly. I couldn't see myself standing up in public, and I don't think my girlfriend could either of us saying that we were lesbians. We were too young, we were too uncertain. But at the same time, I knew that the woman who did stand up was a hero, and I wanted to be brave like her. I also remember thinking, well, damned if I'm going to read The Feminine Mystique. There must be some other books about women out there. I don't think I could have imagined 50 years ago that there would eventually be thousands of books by women writing about being women, writing about being queer, writing about loving women, and that I would have written some of them myself. I couldn't have imagined that I'd start a feminist press that published those kinds of books in 1976 with my good friend Rachel, who later went on to become a mountain climber and a lawyer. Or that I would help publish writers like Becky Bertha, Terry de la Pena, Sarah Schulman, Paula Martinac, the wonderful Ellen Hart, Lucy Jane Bledsoe, on and on. I couldn't have imagined in my wildest dreams that I would be here today receiving a lifetime award for contributions to lesbian literature. It's true, it's not in a physical auditorium, and I miss seeing you all, but it means just as much to me. My journey as a lesbian, as a writer, as a publisher, it's been a long one, but it's never been a lonely one. What I think makes me happiest when I think about it is that queer teens and lesbians of any age will have books to read and organizations like GCLS to depend on and to provide support. I mean, it's wonderful what you're doing here. So thank you so much for the honor of naming me a trailblazer. And today, I'm really glad to say that none of us is alone. We all have the possibilities to stand up and tell our stories. And I hope you will. I believe you will. Thank you.
Oh, there you are, Casey.
Hey, Chris.
Where's Maria? Did she already duck out on us?
There she is. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready. Okay. Whew. Wow. What an amazing evening.
Oh,
First, let me start off by saying that after much discussion between the three of us, just go with it, ladies, just go with it, that the people with the cookies, the cakes, and the pies were our favorite refrigerators. Can we agree on that for sure?
I agree.
Well, and the beverages. We won't talk about the beverages. But yeah.
We're not supposed to be drinking on the job, remember? We're professionals. Now, I had told everybody when we started that you would get called out if your fridge did not meet our standards. And all I can say is, Beth Burnett, how could you? Does anything about me scream hummus? Seriously? Ashley would have known better. Just saying, just saying. But enough. Thank you again. Thank you all for attending tonight's award ceremony, virtually everywhere. I love that. Congratulations to all the winners and all the finalists as well. Thank you again to the judges, because again, without you, there is no tonight. So please consider making a monetary donation or volunteering or both to GCLS. With your help, we can and will take this organization to the next level. If you're not a member, we are hoping that you will consider becoming one. Have a good evening, and don't forget to tip your hosts.
See you in Orlando.
Bye.
See you in Orlando.
Everyone.
Congratulations, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.